Ladies and gentlemen, just as I was about to leave for locals, I was about to get in my car. I noticed down the driveway a delivery truck. And what did the delivery truck have? They had a FedEx package that I needed to sign for. If you don't know what this is, you probably don't know me in real life, but this is a 30 card PSA return. And let me say this first. I sent this out about 3 weeks ago, and they told me March. They said I would get this back in March. But then bubble wrap. But 5 days ago, I got, hey, we just finished grading your stuff. And I was like, wow. And I haven't peeked. I don't know what's in here. I don't know what the grades are. I mean, I know what's in here. It's my cards, but I don't know what the grades are. I wanted it to be a surprise, and I wanted to, I've been so excited. I'm shocked I didn't look. I'm honestly shocked because I'm very much like, ooh, I need to see. But yep, 30 cards from at least, I think 10 different games are in here. Like some Weiss, some Yu-Gi-Oh, some Pokémon, some Dragon Ball, some, I think there's a couple Vanguard cards too, some Final Fantasy, but I sent in just a bunch of stuff I had that I knew would do good just from just looking at it. So I'm very excited to get this open. I'm very excited to have a new segment on our channel. I do plan on doing another big PSA send-in return kind of video. I don't know what I'm going to be sending in yet, but this seemed like such a fun thing to do, and I absolutely love graded cards. I have a bunch. A lot of them I have not sent in myself, so this is I in the past I've sent in 4 cards. A Shadowless base set Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, and then a Shining Mew. All those did it very well, so I really always wanted to do a bigger return. Now I can. I got more cards, got cooler stuff. So very excited to get into this. Let's get into it right away so I can go to locals. Probably going to be a little longer of a video. I don't know actually, because I'm just going to be looking at something and putting it to the side, but maybe we'll elaborate on some things. But thank you all for being here. Everybody that's been waiting for this with me, let's hope we get some good pulls. Let's see it. So I recently hardcore cleaned my basement and moved everything around. So we're now using the floppy mat for today. I'm gonna rip this open real quick. I should have done it before recording, but we're already going, and what a great intro. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. Ooh, here's the box. I've never seen such a big box in PSA. I don't even remember what my other things came back in. So let's get this open with my finger because I'm an idiot. Oh, just kidding. I got scissors. All right. Wow. This is so cool. This is such a big day on the channel. Where do we even begin? 30 cards. 30 cards to look at the grades of. Let's get right into it. Let's just go boom. Wow. And we're starting off with the Ren Force Marker Gem Mint 10. This is sweet. This is one of the things I actually didn't know if I would get a 10 on. So I'm very happy. I would like all the characters, markers graded, and hopefully 10s. They're a little cold, so they're a little foggy, but this is a great start. Next up, boom. This is disappointing. This should have been a 10. All right, I'm already disappointed, but it's a 9. I mean, it was perfect. I really don't know why I got such a low grade. I'm probably going to break it open and try again, but look at how fast we're already moving. We're already 2. Next up, this is perfect. This is a 10 Galarian Slowking V alternate art. This was just something I pulled from a pack, and when I was filling in the order, I was like, I still have this. I haven't sold it to my local vendor, so why not go for it? Why not send it? I'm gonna just keep grabbing from this side. I do want to have a little spread of everything on the table. Next up, ooh, okay, so this was something I sent in because Celtic Guardian's one of my favorite cards. A 7 is probably fine. I knew it wouldn't get anything higher. An 8 would be pushing it because this is an LOB first Celtic Guardian, and it's the European copy, as we can see. But I'm fine with a 7. I'm honestly fine with it. It's nothing too exciting, but it was just something that I personally wanted. I wanted a cool graded Celtic Guardian. Next up, okay, I have a Flame Swordsman LOB first ed, and it got an 8. And this is, I expected a 7, so getting an 8 is honestly really crazy. These are kind of stupid expensive. So I sent it on a whim because I was like, I'll get a 7. Why not get it graded? Flame Swordsman, just one of those cards I love. But I got an 8, so that's very cool. Very cool indeed. Next up, boom, boom, boom. Wow. I can't believe this got a 10. This shouldn't have gotten a 10. This was something I got from Japan, and it came in just a loose envelope. So I sent in 2 of these Victory Spark Future Diary cards, and they're signed. And so for the longest time, I never saw these ever. I always would look for Future Diary stuff, and I never saw the signed cards. And then a guy had them, and I just shot the gun, and I got them. I got this one, I got 9th. And 9th is also a card that I sent in to get graded. So it got a 10 as well. This is sweet. Wow. This is something that I wanted so badly to get a 10, because I most certainly would have broken it open and just like put it in a sleeve and used it if it didn't get a 10, but they're so perfect. These are the only 2 that I have. I don't have the Yugioh. The Yugioh is very expensive, so maybe in my future I can see getting a Yugioh and sending it in, or just buying a 10 so I don't have to deal with maybe it'll get a 10. Next up, we got a Yui, and it got a 7, which is like nothing crazy. But I sent in some K-On cards. K-On, you might know, is my favorite anime, and I have a lot of K-On cards. I sent in some of the cards that I thought were a little bit nicer. I would have liked like an 8 or a 9 on this, but I can already see like some of the corners are kind of like a little bad. So a 7 on the Yui is fine. I just kind of wanted one of each of the girls PSA graded. Next up, oh, this got a 9. Okay, that's pretty high. Nice little Ritsu SP. I don't even know if they're called Ritsu or SPs. It just says signature at the top. But yeah, Precious Memory cards. I think these were the only ones that I did send in for Precious Memories at the moment. Like I said, I sent in 30 cards, and that's not necessarily cheap. So I kind of just sent in things that I was like, oh, maybe I'm comfortable sending this in. Maybe I think it'll do better. I thought the Yui would definitely do better, but the Ritsu getting a 9 is pretty cool. A lot of these things I got just like loose in boxes, so I didn't expect too much. Next up, we have a Final Fantasy card, and it got a 10. I've had this card for a while, and it used to be in my phone case, actually, so the fact that it got a 10 is kind of insane. I love this full art. This full art is so cool. It's a white mage. It's a beautiful card. I did send in another Final Fantasy card, so let's see if it is the next one in line. It is not, but it's another 10. There we go. We're getting a lot of 10s. This is pretty good. And like I said, I gave everything like a good look down. I didn't send in anything that I thought would do bad. So these do not go together at all, but it's a White Mage 10 and a Pure Wish Miku Nakano. I actually pulled this card. A lot of these cards I just pulled. Like most of the, I think all the Pokemon stuff I sent in I pulled. And like the Final Fantasy stuff as well, I pulled. We have, okay, so this is the other Final Fantasy card I sent in, and this is actually another 10, which is very cool. Very excited about that. So my 2 Final Fantasy cards that I have PSA graded now are both 10s. So very sweet. Next up, let's see what we got. We got another 10. Okay, this one is sweet. The Kotri, I think they say Kotri in the dub, but yeah. I pulled this again at my locals. I buy a lot of boxes. I bought some Day Live 2 boxes. I think I bought 2 of them, and I pulled this, and it got a 10, so I'm very excited about that. Next up, there's like no order. Okay, yeah, so I got this this Time Wizard Bandai card. Now, I did think it would get, I thought it would get a 10, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was perfect. I mean, looking at the corners now, they're a little rough, but an 8 seems low. An 8 seems kind of low on this, so not the happiest about that. That is whatever. Next up, we have, old OG fans of Styes cards remember me pulling this. The Yotsuba SSP from my Quince boxes. This was in like the last box, and I was so kind of disappointed because I bought so many boxes, and I want the SSPs in this box were crazy. You could have gotten an $800 card, but instead I got Yotsuba. So it was cheap to send it in. So I did, and it came back perfect. Next card. This is sweet. I love Mommy from this is another Weiss Schwarz card, but she's from Rent a Girlfriend. She's like the evil girl. She's the best girl. Another 10. How many 10s I got so far? It's easier to count the things that didn't get 10s. So the things that didn't get 10s, like the Mew, the stupid Mew, these are the only things I didn't get a 10 on. And so far we are like nice with the 10s. I sent in cards that did good. I'm so happy about that. I would have hated to waste some of my money on getting 9s like the Mew. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep the 10s on the screen, the 10s, baby. So we still have a decent chunk left, maybe like 15 cards, maybe like 14 or so. Next card, Miyuki, another 10, another SP from Weiss Schwarz. I do think the Weiss Schwarz cards come out of the pack a bit nicer. I've gotten some bad ones. Some of the sets definitely are a little worse when it comes to quality control, but most of them are just perfect. I want all the characters, PSA 10s from this set, so I sent in the one that I had. I think actually, there should be 4 in the box. There should be 3 or 4. I sent in more. I know that is a fact. But yeah, first one we see is a 10. This is sick. This is ridiculous that this came back at 10. This is another like OG Styes cards video where I pulled this Jake the dog. And I am so happy because I had it listed on TCG Player for a while. I was the only one that had one, and I was like, if it sells, it sells. I don't need it. But seeing that it came back at 10 is astronomical. It is so cool. This is beautiful Jake the dog. It's going to be buried with me. Very happy about that. Next up, all right. So we have a 9 here. It's not a bad thing. If anything, I just free it and I play with it. But Chica is like my favorite character from the show. And this was a card that I was like, oh, no brainer. It gets a 10. But as we can see, it got a 9. So maybe I'll keep it sealed. I mean, I just play with this card. I did for a while, so maybe that kind of went into why it didn't get a 10. Maybe there's some little flaws with it, but yeah, it got a 9. It's whatever, it's whatever. I mean, more, I would have thought more would get 9s. I really did. Like, this is sweet. Okay, so now I have both of these, and they both got a 10. The Sumi looks so good. They both look so cool. I have some Beckett of the SPs for these, but I didn't have the SSBs, and these were expensive when I bought them. So I was like, you know what? They've gone down significantly, so I don't see myself selling them. But, yeah, both came back as 10. That is so cool. Sumi, terrific lady. All right, on to the next card, we got another 10. This is the K from this line. So I think, yeah, there should be one more in there, but the Chica's kind of ruining the vibe right now. I'm not going to lie. Chica kind of messed up here. Chica kind of messed up. Next card, is it the 4th one? It is, and it got another 10. So it really is the Chica ruining it. Yep, Chica got the 9. Not happy about the Chica, but getting the 3 10s on the other ones, crazy. Next up, another 10, another Coterie. Very nice. I think these were the only Data Live cards I did send in because I just had the 2. So it was very cool to get the pair matching and 10s. Very cool. Loved Data Live. Very cool show. Wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but I like it. Next up, okay. This was one of the things that made me start wanting to grade these cards because Gardevoir is my favorite Pokemon, and I really, really wanted this to get a 10. I have a couple other Gardevoir graded cards that have 10s, and I thought it would be cool to get like one of each of the nice Gardevoirs as a 10. I definitely think it's a little expensive now, but I am very happy with this. I don't think this card particularly is very expensive, but still, I think okay, here it is, yeah. I sent in another Gardevoir, and they both got 10s. Like, this is like a $6 card, so it was kind of expensive to grade it for what it is, but they're very cool. The beautiful cards. That reminds me, I did send in some Charizards, and there's like 5 cards left, so I think we're going to hit a Charizard in one of the next 2. So maybe that'll be exciting. If I have a PSA grade 10 Charizard, might lose my mind. Nice card, and boom, here it is. Look at that. I pulled this in the car. There's a video of me screaming getting this card and putting it in the cup holder immediately after. Grade 10, the secret rare Charizard. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And I did send in the other Charizard, and here it is, and look at that. This is on another Styes Cards video. This is another 10, and it's just from Champions Path. Me and good old Max open thousands of Champions packs. Not like packs, but we spent thousands on double boxes and other garbage to try to pull these. And we pulled this one. I pulled this one in my kitchen. This one we pulled in the car. And I think we ended up getting like more than one. So that's why I have both these. I think I bought him out of his half on this one. But these are awesome. These are sweet. I own 2 grade 10 Charizards. That is very cool. Next up, we have another disappointment card. We have a kind of a disappointment card. It is another Charizard, and this is one of the ones where I sent it in because I was like, no way it doesn't get a 10, and I'll have a PSA 10 Charizard. But I mean, if I noticed anything, it is that the back is not centered. This is little bit, this is a lot of bit. So maybe that's why. It's still kind of cool. It's not that cool, actually. I'll probably break it open. Yeah, so it's a 9. So let's put that in the Island of Forgotten Toys. Next up, we have a Dragon Ball Super card, and it got a 10. There you go. I pulled this one at RAW. It's a shop in Michigan because they had boxes on clearance for like $30, and I was like, you know what? I'll buy a box, and I pulled this. And I pulled this card when it was a lot more, or I think this is now like a $10 card. So it's whatever. I mean, it is so cool. This art of Goku is sweet, and Height of Mastery is such an iconic card in the game. I absolutely love this card. But yeah. Look at that, Dragon Ball Super Grade 10. And how many cards I got left? One, just one. So it should be another Dragon Ball Super card. And it is. It is another card that used to be expensive, but is now cheap. And I got a PSA 10, look at that. But it's a secret rare from set 14 and Cross Spirits. This was another one where my locals got boxes. I hadn't played Dragon Ball in a while. And I was like, you know what, I'll buy a box. And I pulled the secret rare. And it's such a cool card. It's a Super 17 with 18 in the background because it's sibling absorbed. So another card that I was like, hey, I think this is just perfect. I might as well send it in. I'm never going to get rid of it. It's too cheap. So why not send it in? But yeah, that was cool. They were very kind to me. I got a lot of cool stuff. I really did. A lot of PSA 10s. Do I have all the PSA 10s? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14... 21 minus Chica 20. I got 22 PSA 10s. That is kind of ridiculous. I want to get like a better shot of everything. These are just the 10s. We have the Island of Forgotten Toys over here. They're still very cool. Some of them are less cool than the others, but yeah, like the Mew. I'm still upset about the Mew. The Mew was a waste. If I should have set the lowest thing I wanted at 10, so they could have just given it back to me so I could send it again. But very happy about my Celtic Guardian. It's a card that is I'm very fond of. I absolutely love the Celtic Guardian. And wherever the Flame Swordsman is, that did pretty well too. It got an 8. This card is like 2002. I was 3, maybe 2, depending on the time. But yeah, very happy with this PSA review. I got to rebuild, I guess, because I sent in a lot of things that I had. I sent in 30 cards. I like emptied a good section of a binder. A lot of my Weiss stuff we're looking at it right in front of us. But I really do think that this was an excellent thing to do. I think it was very cool. I was very anticipating this arrival. I know a lot of my fan are. So just looking at it all, I'm very happy with what I did. I'm going to put these around my room, maybe get a frame for some of the Weiss Schwarz stuff. But yeah, guys, that's all I got. I'm not going to keep this video going any longer. It's already like a 17-minute video, but I really appreciate everybody that watched, everybody that was amping me up for this, everybody that said don't look at the orders or don't look at the reviews yet, just make it a surprise. Thank you guys. This was my happiest video of 2023. We're sending the year off with a bang. I'll probably post again, but this was definitely like, I'm so excited for this, and I hope you guys are too. So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, because nobody is. And have a good one.